Hey y'all, it's me Heracane Anne with Hurricane Survival School, and today I'm going to be making a video over cleaver. Back in the old days they called it bed straw, and so I went out hiking into the woods because I know a place where it's just nothing but cleaver. Let me show you what it looks like. If you look out here, this is all cleaver. As you can see, it gets pretty tall. Some of this is 3, 4, 5 feet tall. I mean, it gets really tall. And the way that you can tell cleaver is to do the stick test. It's very sticky. It sticks to you. It sticks to your clothes. And so I always check it and make sure, identify it, look at the leaves, feel the kind of square stem on it, and then do the stick test. These, after a while, come up with little white flowers on them. I was really excited when I found out about this plant, so I told my husband, we had a little bit around the house, don't cut those cleavers. I need these cleavers. They're very good. They're edible and they're medical. Please don't cut these cleavers. And so he didn't. Well, what I didn't know was that these turned out to be beggar's lice. And beggar's lice are like little stickers that stick on your socks and in your dog's hair and all over your clothes, and they're just a nightmare to get out. So you want to be sure and harvest these and not let these grow around where you're going to be getting them on you or on your pets, okay? The good thing about these cleavers is, this is one way how I tell when spring is coming. This is the first plant that I see coming out for the spring, okay? They're nice and green and beautiful. And it's kind of like nature's way of saying, okay, I guess God's way of saying, okay, you know, winter's past, it's springtime, it's time to do your spring cleaning and spring clean your body. So it's a great natural cleanse. So what you do is you take a group of these, hang on a minute, a handful of these, okay, and cut off the stems, fold it up, stick it down into a mason jar, put some good fresh filtered water in the mason jar. I like to add a little bit of cucumber and a little bit of lemon to it and let it sit overnight, okay? The next day, slowly sip on that mason jar all day long. And you just do this every day for several weeks, and it's a very good cleanse. It cleanses your blood. It cleanses your liver. It helps your lymphatic system, and it's also a diuretic. So if you're dehydrated, you don't want to drink this. It may have some complications with people with diabetes, so you might want to check into that. Seems like I read something about that, but I'm not sure. So you might want to check on that if you have diabetes. The leaves of the cleaver plant are edible. So you could take the leaves off and you cook the leaves like you would a spinach. I personally don't think they taste that good, but they are edible. The cleaver plant also is very invasive and clingy, as I said earlier. It'll stick to your clothes. So what it will do is it will actually pull down small trees and things that are growing around it and kill them. So I want to show you an example. So they'll start climbing up these things, and so there's like a young tree or other plants that you want to keep, and they will pull them up, smash them down, and kill them. When you're harvesting the cleaver, make sure that you wear protective clothing, because in areas where there's cleaver, there's usually a bunch of poison ivy. And also, if you notice how thick this is also rattlesnakes time and times for snakes to come out. So you want to wear some good boots, wear pants, some kind of camo or blue jeans or something to protect yourself, and use a knife. I always recommend using a knife that's not dark green or dark brown, because if you drop it in the woods, it's very hard to find. So I always use like a bright green or orange if I can, okay? Be sure that you also wear gloves, because like I said, at the time when these come out, poison ivy is also out there, and so are snakes. So just go out there, take your knife, cut them at the bottom. They cut very, very easily, and then take them back, and so I'm gonna show you some different ways to use it fresh and dried. You're harvesting them, you want to make sure that you're not picking up other plants with them because other plants may be poisonous, so be very careful. I'm afraid that you're going to harvest too much of this cleaver because you can still use it for other uses once it's dry, including a bird's nest that makes the best fire ever, and to sleep on as bed straw. As you can see here, I have some dried up already. So what I do is I just take them in my shelter and hang them up, and then when I need it, it's there. You can use the fresh plant to make a wash, and you can use this wash to treat sunburn and freckles, venomous creatures, spiders, snake bites. It has a lot of use. You even use it for an earache. So that's just for making a fresh plant wash, which is very easy. You can use this to make an ointment using the leaves and the stems and express juice from it, and it can be treated for scalds, for burns, and you can also put it on cancerous growths and tumors. So this is a really good ointment. You can make a poultice from this to aid or heal sores and blisters. Said earlier in the wash, you can also use this for a tea for venomous animals like spider bites or snake bites, but you can also use it for head colds, swelling, or for diarrhea and make a tea out and use it for that. You can make a pottage with the cleaver. Just add a little bit of mutton and some oatmeal to it, and that's really good to help you with weight loss. So maybe I should make me some. So everybody knows how to make tea, and if you don't have anything to make a tea bag with while you're out in the wilderness or surviving, just drop it into boiling water, cook it, cover it, let it steep, and then strain it out, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and tell you one of my beauty secrets. A lot of people say that I look really great for my age because I'm going to be 52 this summer, okay? Cleaver is my beauty secret, okay? And what it actually does is it gets rid of your wrinkles and it tightens up your sagginess and it smooths out your skin. What you do is you just take your water, boil it, add 3.5 teaspoons of the dried cleaver to this, and cook it for a minute or two, and then take it off the fire, cover it, and let it steep for 40 minutes. Then you take it off, let it cool. You can wash your face with it. You can take it, you can pour it on a towel or a wash rag or something, wring out the excess water, and just put it on your face and leave it there for 10 minutes. And do this every day for 2 weeks, and you'll see amazing results. So there's my secret. So I made a bird's nest out of the dry cleaver and added a little bit of cat tail and a little bit of char cloth in it. And I'm using my camp stove, backpack stove, that was created by my friend Mike Tukolsky. He sent me 3 of them just because I'm cool like that, and I'm so excited. And so I have this all ready, and I'm fixing to show you how to make tea. So I almost have my water to a boil, and what I've done is I've taken about 3.5 tablespoons of this and processed it down until it's really fine like tea. You see that? Wind's blowing, so it's kind of blowing my stuff out. My boiling water. I'm going to boil it for a minute or two, and then I'm going to put a lid on it and let it steep for, take it off the fire and let it steep for 40 minutes. It's enough now that I can make my tea. And I really didn't have anything out here in the woods to separate the tea grinds from the water. So what I did was in my ruck, I had a fresh pair of clean wool socks. So I took my wool sock, wrapped it around my cup. And no, that doesn't bother me because this is very clean. It's just a tea bag now. In survival, you use what you have. Now in a house, you're going to have some different stuff, but I'm out of my shelter. Now my tea is done. I'm going to sit here and sip on a little bit of tea and enjoy my woods therapy from nature. So next time that you go out to mow your yard, go out and see what edible and medical plants you have. You're going to be throwing away this cleaver because it's nasty old beggar's lies, but in reality, this is amazing. It's amazing. It brings down fever. It treats kidney stones. You don't need Prozac or Valium. It has a calming attribute to it. You can use it for measles, chickenpox, arthritis, hepatitis. There's so many things that you can use this for. So I also forgot to tell you, you can also use it as bed straw. So when you're out camping, you take the dried up stuff and make your bed out of it. It's very comfortable. If you don't have a mat, there you go. Heracane Anne with Heracane Survival School. Out.